Good morning. We're live. We're here for day 5 of the Impactful Coach Experience. I'm super excited. Once again, we have got lots of juicy content to dive into today. Today, we're going to really focus on picking the perfect growth model for you and your business. How do you really desire your coaching business to look, feel, and evolve? So we're going to dive into that conversation. I'm going to help you look at the different options of growth within the coaching business that you're building, how you check in with what's truly aligned for you and what's going to allow you to create the level of growth that you personally desire and live each and every day in the way that you want to be. So that's going to impact whether you do one-to-one coaching or one-to-many coaching. And I'm going to share with you the different options, what they look like, pros and cons. And there's a few really important things that I want to share with you around this, which can be a total game changer. Hair bubbles on my arm, just get rid of that. So as you are joining me, as usual, say good morning. Let me see that you're here. It's been ever so slow each morning to get everyone on. Good morning, good morning. You finally got me live. Yay, well done, good. I'm actually going to just open my door before we get started. I feel in a slightly quieter mood today. I feel like I could just sit here, meditate with you, hold the space, maybe sing to you a little bit. I won't do any of that though. There is lots of content for us to dive into, and I am really excited to dive into all of it. So, good morning, good morning. Okay, so bit of housekeeping. Sorry, let me organize myself. I feel like we need a take 2. Hang on. Oh my gosh. There we go. You're back. Okay. So we're going to dive into picking the perfect growth model for you and for the business you desire today. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of one-to-one versus one-to-many. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how my own business evolved. Because the truth is, at the beginning, there were some key aspects, some key things that I really struggled with big time. And I want to talk you through these. I've just thought of something else that I really want to share with you. And let me write it down. One key word. I'm going to have to mention that today because, again, it's such an important conversation for helping you to step into being the impactful coach that I believe you were born to be. So as we begin day 5, firstly, I just want to say a huge well done, because it's such a commitment to be here all week, to literally put over an hour aside each day. Every time I run one of these experiences or challenges, I'm like, right, this time I'm going to keep it to 45 minutes. And then, I don't know, clearly I just talk too much and we always end up going over. So I know that most days this week we've gone live for an hour and 15 minutes, it kind of on average. So I just want to acknowledge that, because it is a lot of your time. It does really take a chunk out of your week, but I hope that you've received so much more back in terms of clarity, in terms of confidence, in terms of you being able to step into your coaching business, your life as a coach yourself. So I really hope that those of you who have been live with me every day or have been really committed to catching up on all the replays really feel like it's been a good investment of your time, because that's what I want to give you. I don't want to be one of the coaches out there who sells you the world and then undergives. I don't want to kind of promise that I'm going to take you through this epic journey and then you not really feel like you've received that at the end of the week. I don't want to spend all week just selling to you. I don't want to spend all week telling you how amazing you are and so why you need to sign up for all of my things. I want to really take you through a journey of growth and evolution so that you do move forward, so you do have more clarity, so that those of you who aren't yet ready to work with me feel like you can move forward. You've got tangible steps that you can put in place in order to grow. And those of you who know that you're ready, obviously I've opened the doors to an opportunity to work with me in a high level way, in a really connected way, in an incredibly expansive way that's going to literally transform your business and your life this year. So a little bit of housekeeping before we dive in. You know all of this by now, so I'm going to go through it really quickly. Number 1, masterclass is happening Monday. It's not happening Monday at all. It's happening Tuesday. Be sure to sign up for it. Limited places. I don't know how many people have already signed up. I don't know how many places are left. I should have checked that before I went live. I didn't. I apologize. So masterclass, if you haven't signed up for it, Replays will be sent out to those people who signed up. We'll be live 10:30, not here, on Zoom. So make sure you actually receive that Zoom link, because you need to log into that to be able to watch the masterclass with me. We're going to literally take everything that I've taught you this week and we're going to tie it up in a beautiful ball. It's going to really make all the teachings that I've gone through this week with you make sense and elevate where you've got to. It's a really powerful masterclass. I can't wait to share it with you. So that's happening Tuesday, 10:30. I know a lot of you have signed up for that. I'm super excited to do it. If you haven't, make sure you do. Where's the invite to go and sign up? It is in the group. If you scroll through, if you look under the guide section, you'll find it there. I have sent it out on email a number of times too. I don't know if Stephanie's in the group with me this morning. If she is, she'll probably drop it in a moment. I'm not actually sure if she's here or not, but Stephanie, if you are here, that would be beautiful. Thank you. Competition. So you might be wanting to know, how does a competition work? Because if you have liked each video, if you have commented on each video, if you have done your daily tasks each day, you're going to want your name in the prize draw. So Sunday, there is going to be a post that drops into the group that says, are you in the competition? Have you done the 3 daily tasks? If you have, I want you to drop in just a like, hell yes, Claire, yes, me, I've done it, whatever it might be, because then we'll take your names and we'll put them into the prize draw. I'm going to pull the prize draw on Tuesday. So you've got until Monday afternoon to catch up on any replays that you've missed, make any comments that you need to make, do any daily tasks that you haven't perhaps had a chance to do yet, or share it into the group. You've got until Monday afternoon, because the Queen has graciously given us an extra day this weekend. So you've got until Monday afternoon to do that. Make sure you put your name in that post. I'll then take your name, I'll put it into the prize draw, and I'm going to pull those on Tuesday afternoon. Okay, so have you got that? I don't want you missing the opportunity to be in the competition, because there are some beautiful, fabulous, epic prizes to be won there for sure. You've signed up and you have the Zoom invite too. Yay! It's been so inspiring. Mwah, thank you, gorgeous. Awesome. So replays are obviously available over the weekend. So if you are still catching up, if you are a little bit behind, if there's certain days that you've missed, they're going to be available till the end of next week. I'm also going to be sending out a link with all those replays on it this weekend, so that they're really easy for you to get to. I'm also going to be popping in the group a few testimonials. So you'll see a couple of video interviews dropping in here from clients who've worked with me in the past, some who have done the coach program, some who have worked with me in different capacities. So because I think that it's important, if you're on the fence and if you're a little bit like, oh, is this right for me, being able to hear other women's stories and really recognize that you can do this too helps you to take that step forward. So I'm going to be sharing some of those things over the weekend too. And finally, as you know, the doors are open to the Impactful Coach program. It is a powerhouse of a program, 4 months with me personally, walking you through every single step to truly embodying the impactful coach, being a coach who receives richly for her work, being a coach who walks her talk, being a coach who gets to build her dream life while supporting others do the same in theirs. So it's a powerhouse of a program. We've already got some beautiful women signed up for it. I'm super excited to be supporting. If you're one of the women, I'm super excited to be supporting you. The bonus of the in-person day disappears tonight. So if you've got questions about it, message me or book in a one-to-one call, or just get off that fence, jump in. I guarantee you it is going to be the best investment you have ever made. And if you have looked at the investment and you've been a bit like, oh, I don't know, here's the truth. Literally that investment is 2-3 coaching clients. Do you believe that if you're with me for 4 months, every single week, doing the work, walking the walk, that you're going to be able to get more clients than that? I guarantee it that you can. So really, it's a no-brainer in terms of investment if you know that this is your pathway, if you know you want to be a powerful coach, if you know that this speaks to your heart, speaks to your soul, and it's time for you to give yourself that permission to step into it fully. Right. That's the end of housekeeping. Let's dive into day 5, content, baby. So, how do you desire your business to look, feel, and evolve? Because the truth is, there is no one way that you have to do this. The beauty of building your own business, the beauty of being an impactful coach is that you get to design your dream life. You get to design the business that works for you perfectly. So whether the dream business for you is one where you can take your kids to school in the morning, you can coach during the day, you've got time to work in your business as well as on your business, you work maybe one-to-one with some clients, with other clients you might do kind of small group coaching, you pick your children up and then you have the evening with the family, kind of doing all the family things that you do. If that's your dream life, 100% you can build it that way. That was my dream at the beginning. That was why I initially became a coach, because I had been a teacher and I just decided, like, I want to be the mum who can spend time with her kids. I want to be the mum who takes them to school, who brings them home, who can sit with them and do their homework. And so that was my driver in the early days of building my own business. But maybe you have a different vision to that. Maybe for you, it's about really stepping into the world and living your purpose. Maybe you have this vision inside of you that you see yourself transforming other people's lives. Maybe you see yourself on stages speaking. Maybe you see yourself running retreats all over the world. Maybe for you, like, travel is your thing, and perhaps you want to either buy like the cute little camper van and get in your camper van and just travel around the world in your camper van, kind of coaching and traveling and meeting people and having experiences. Maybe you want to do it in luxury and you want to travel the world in luxury high-level hotels, and so you want to be able to spend a couple of weeks here, then hop on a plane and fly here and have a couple of weeks. And guess what? No matter what your vision is, you can actually create that. You can bring it into reality with the power of coaching. Because this is a business that's limitless. This is a business that you can do from anywhere. This is a business that can 100% work on your terms, in your time, and look exactly as you desire for it to be. So you don't need to put yourself inside a box, and it gets to evolve and change as you do. My own business has evolved and changed hugely as I have. Like, my two boys are a lot older now, and so I'm starting to do more things. I'm starting to travel more again. I'm really excited about what the business is going to grow into in the next couple of years, with travel and retreats and all kinds of beautiful things. And so there is definitely no one size fits all, and absolutely the sky is not even the limit when it comes to the business that you're building. However, there are two things we need to check in on here, because one, you need to know, well, what are some of these possibilities so that you can claim them for yourself? What are the different ways that you can grow your business? What are the different elements that you might desire to have within your business? And what are the pros or the cons of doing those different things? And how do you really get in alignment with this? How do you ensure that that imposter syndrome does not creep in when it comes to you building the business that you desire, when it comes to you creating the programs and the packages that you really want to put out there into the world? Because I think imposter syndrome is one of those big things that can drop in and hold us back from really claiming our dream lives as impactful coaches. And we don't want that to be the case, right? So this is what we're diving into today. We're going to look at what are the different ways that you can structure your business, what's truly aligned for you, what are the pros and cons of each, and how do we stop that pesky little imposter syndrome from actually holding you back. Sound good? Are you ready for this? Let me have a little sip of my coffee. A lot of that, retreats around the world, traveling a bit, but also having a peaceful home. Yes, having a peaceful home. Beautiful. One of the things on my list this year is to have a holiday house, like a little, I just want like a little cottagey house right near the sea, so I can open the door and walk down and walk along the beach. I know some of you might live near beaches. I don't live near a beach, but oh my God, I want to live near a beach. That's definitely on my bucket list for this year. And it's one of the things that, I really am super excited to step into. When does the coaching start? The coaching starts in October, beginning of October. And although the program is 4 months, it will actually go for 5 months, because I pop in little breaks and implementation periods. I want to make sure that we all take that journey together, that you feel spacious, that you have time, that you can really work in flow with it, that it doesn't feel like, I've got to catch up. That's not the vibe of the coach program. We want to step forwards together in total flow, in total abundance. Right. When does it start? So as I said, it starts October, but there are price increases. So the price is going to start increasing as we go. The faster you jump in, the lower the price. Basically, those people who've already joined have joined on the lowest price available, and it does go up because the truth is it is worth so much more than the pricing that it's at the moment. Okay, so essentially, we've got two options when it comes to structuring our business. We have one-to-one and we have one-to-many. And there are many different forms that can take. Now, if you were with me, I think it was Tuesday, I shared a little bit about hitting burnout in my own business when in the early days. So me and my family had come back from New Zealand. We'd lived in New Zealand for 5 years. I trained as a coach over there. I worked in different coaching businesses over there. I trained people as a coach over there. Came back to the UK. And I was a little bit heartbroken, to be honest, because I was like, oh, I did all of this to build a business. And it was an in-person business that I built. There was no online aspect of it all. It was all in person in New Zealand. I was like, right, I am going to build a coaching business that can travel with me so that if we move somewhere else in the world, or if we go back to New Zealand, or whatever we might decide to do, this coaching business can come with me. Never again do I want to have to leave a business behind. And so I made the decision to start building my business online. Now, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be easy because I was like, I know how to build a business. I've already done this once before. I am a businesswoman, except I had a bit of a rude awakening, and it was not like that at all. It was turmoil, it was trouble, it was difficult, and there was a real pressure on me at the time because my husband's job that we'd come back to England for disappeared. We'd spent all our savings in traveling back, and we were seriously struggling. And so it was like, oh my God, Claire, we've got to get this up. We've got to get this going. My daughter was like little girl at that point. Still, my two boys, I was trying to settle them in school, and they were finding all of that really hard. And it was, honestly, I look back and it was such a difficult time, but it was also a time that grew me hugely. Anyway, I kept on going. I kept on pushing. I kept on struggling. I was learning. I went through this kind of evolution until finally, things started to take off with my online coaching business. And it was like, oh my God, hallelujah, thank the Lord. Finally, this is happening. And in the space of about a month, I went from literally the previous month, maybe making £500-600 the whole month and really struggling, to having my first 5K month. And it came about because I put up my coaching prices and I changed my coaching offers. That was the main thing that I did. I said, I'm not going to do these one-off coaching sessions anymore. I'm not going to undercharge anymore. And at the time, the package that I put together was literally £500 per month, and it's a 3-month commitment. That was it. So 3 months of coaching, £500 a month, essentially 1,500 in total. I got on Facebook, I did some lives, I got on sales calls. Every single person said yes on the sales calls. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like magic just happened. And suddenly I was fully booked. And it was such a relief. It was like, we can pay the mortgage this month. We are okay. We are safe. We are secure. But then the fear started creeping in. Oh, but what about next month? How do I do this again next month? Can I really keep on going? Can I really keep on bringing in all these clients? Now, those of you who already have a coaching business, how many of you have felt that fear, that scarcity, that it's like, oh my God, but how do I keep on doing this? And how, like, if I put my prices up, who will pay me? And all these kind of things that can hold us back. Anyway, what I decided at the time, because I wasn't really in the feminine energy, I was really kind of pushing in my business, is I was like, right, well, I just need to like get fully booked with one-to-one clients so that I can bring the money in, so I can save some money, so I know that we're safe, so I know we're secure, so like we're okay as a family. And so I worked so hard. I pushed and I pushed and I pushed in every moment that I had in between looking after the kids and doing all of the other things too. And I eventually got fully booked within, I think, kind of probably 2.5 months. I got fully booked. And it was fantastic to begin with, because I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. Like, I felt abundant. I felt like finally I wasn't in scarcity. But then I would look at my diary. It would be like Monday morning. I'd look at my diary and my diary was jam packed full. It was literally coaching session after coaching session after coaching session after coaching session, again and again and again and again and again. I'd be like, oh, how am I going to even survive the week? Now, I loved coaching. I was passionate about coaching. I wanted to be there with these women. These women were amazing women, and I couldn't wait to support them. But I was just giving too much of myself, and I was literally hopping from one call to the next, and I started feeling really exhausted. And I started worrying, like, how am I going to actually hold this business long term? Realistically, can I be doing this 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now? And I realized, no. So this is the point. Those of you who might unfortunately have experienced this for yourselves, this is a point where we have to look at options. But the great thing is, because I've been through this experience myself, I can share this with you so you never have to go through this yourself, so that you actually design your dream business from the get-go. That's what we really want to do. I don't want you making the same mistakes that I do. That's why I'm here, and it's why I'm sharing these stories with you, because there's no need to. Instead, we can be purposeful. Instead, we can be present. Instead, we can be really conscious about the business that we're building, so we really get to build the dream business from the get-go. So essentially, we have two options: one-to-one, one-to-many. And the key thing that we need to ensure as we build this business, regardless of which model you go for, is that there is no ceiling, that there is no time for money limit. In terms of, if I only have X amount of hours per week, I can only possibly earn this amount total. We don't want that limit. We don't want that ceiling. Instead, we want a diary that when we look at it, and I'm still old school, right? Like, I'm still like old school paper diary. I love my paper diaries. We want to look at our diary on a Monday morning and be like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited for the work I get to do today. I'm excited for the work that I get to do tomorrow. We look at our diary and it just fills us with joy because there's spaciousness in it. It's designed in a way that feels really good for us. Like, during the week, we have time for ourselves. We have time to switch off. We have time that we're working in our business and time that we're working on our business. So it does not look like back-to-back, one-to-one to one-to-one calls. So it doesn't look like a full day of appointments. So it doesn't look like a week that's jam-packed and like packed as much as possible. We want to look at our diary and feel spacious, but know that with that spaciousness also comes abundance. That we can hit the level of abundance, receive the money that we desire in our business, and have the space to take care of ourselves, to operate from that overflow that we talked about the other day. Like, how does this feel for you? I'd love to just know, like, what comes up for you when you think about this, when you think about building the business you desire, when you think about how your diary looks. I know many of you will already be women who are so busy. You're probably already juggling lots of balls. And so just feel into that. Like, what is the business that you want to build? Do you want to continue like at 100 miles an hour? Or would you like a business that truly supports you and the energy that you desire to be in on a day-to-day basis? So instead, imagine this. You wake up in the morning, the birds tweeting. My husband laughs because I have an alarm on my phone that is birds tweeting. And there's been occasions where I've woken up in the morning, I'm like, why is the alarm on? And it isn't the alarm, it's the actual birds tweeting outside. So I wake up to the sound of bird song, whether that's real birds or whether it's my alarm clock, but it still feels good, right? I get up and there's space. Like, yes, I take the kids to school and I do those things, but then I go and get my Starbucks. I come back. I'll often sit out in the garden if the weather's nice, and I'll have my coffee. And I always have a little cupcake for breakfast because, you know, chocolate cake is my thing. And so I'll sit outside. We've got a bench out in front of the house that if it's sunny day, I'll sit there. And as people walk past, I'll be like, good morning, good morning. And then I'll make my way into my office. I might get my journal out. I might do a bit of journaling. I often sing my affirmations. So I might sing some affirmations for the day. I might like light a little candle and say a little prayer or like whatever, but I'm going to do something that really fills up my cup. So before I speak to any client, before I get on any call, I've spent time on me. I am feeling good. I am feeling spacious. I am feeling ready to have a beautiful day with all the incredible women that I get to serve. And then I look at my diary, and my diary is going to be a mix. So sometimes, I used to take a reusable cup to Starbucks, but they won't take it anymore. Since COVID, my Starbucks only will give me paper cups. It's not good. It's not good at all. Totally off track there, but it's terrible. So I forgot what I was saying. So I look at my diary, and usually most days I'll have a beautiful combination. I might have 1 or 2 one-to-one calls booked in, and I'll probably have like 1 training call or a Q&A call or something like that as well. And it feels fulfilling. It feels exciting. I get to spend a little bit of time perhaps creating a new training that I'm going to put out there. I get to connect and listen to the voice messages of some of my clients, kind of hearing them saying, hey Claire, I've just done this, or oh my gosh, I want to share this with you, or maybe they've got a question or something like, hey, I'm trying to make a decision between this and this, what do you reckon? And so I work my way through the day. In between that, I might talk to people on my team. I have a beautiful team of women that support me. I couldn't do this without them now because of the level that my business has grown to. So I'll message Stephanie, or I might hop on a quick call with Paula, or I'll check in and I'll say, hey, could you put this together for me, or could you check in with this for me? And so those things that I want to outsource, I outsource. I only do the things that I truly want to be doing in my business. I spend my time doing the things that really light me up, doing the actual coaching, doing the actual training. I'll then go pick my daughter up from school. I might go for a coffee with some of the mums. I'll come back, I'll spend time with the kids. I'll take the dogs for a walk. I'll do all of those things. So that for me is a dream day. That for me is the most beautiful combination of having space for myself, working in a way that really lights me up, and then having time for my family and the other things that I love to do. I also go for a long walk every single night by myself. It's like my time. I'm an introvert and I need a bit of like my own time. So I also do that every day too. But these are the things that I love. Every week, I have a massage in my own house. Like even that feels so abundant, right? Knowing that every Saturday or Sunday, like I just get to lie there and enjoy a massage in my own house. And then I get in the bath and it just all feels like, it feels so beautiful. It feels so lovely. And it's so different to the life I was living 7 years ago, when I was literally doing all the things, juggling all the balls, feeling absolutely stretched and like just empty at the end of the day, absolutely empty at the end of every day. And here's the other thing, my bank balance matched that. So 5-6 years ago, the bank balance was empty. It was all the credit cards. It was all an absolute mess. Like if you looked at the same things were happening in all the different areas of my life. Everywhere it was a bit messy. Everywhere I was trying to catch up to myself. Everywhere it was a bit empty. And that has now completely changed. Now I get to operate from a cup full place. Now I get to take care of my own energy first, because I know that when my energy is aligned and in the right place, I can fully support my clients. I get to look at my bank balance, and that's a heck of a lot healthier than it ever was. Like these are all the things that really make a huge difference in our lives. So I want you to start thinking and feeling into what is the dream day for you, and what is the perfect growth model for you and your business. So let's go through some of the options, shall we? Shall we do this? And by the way, 5-6 years ago, investing 2K into a program did feel scary as hell. Like at that point, I would have had to get a credit card for it. I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning worrying about how the heck I was ever going to pay it back. Now I'm in a place where I can pay 30K for coaching, 40K for coaching, 50K for coaching. And instead of being like, it's like, oh my God, I'm so excited to make this investment and step into my next level and really claim this and do it for myself and for all the women that I work with. Because I know when I grow, my community grows too. So different containers. If we start shifting from one-to-one coaching to one-to-one to one-to-many coaching, and by the way, you don't have to. If you're saying, Claire, I want to be a one-to-one coach, you can build a thriving one-to-one business. You can make 7 figures as a one-to-one coach. Absolutely. You can still have spaciousness. You can still have all the things that you desire. You can work with the people that truly light you up. There is no limit to it, but it does mean you have to be able to hold those bigger containers. And the thing that can come in there is imposter syndrome, which we're going to talk about in a minute, right? So one-to-one coaching, the sky is the limit. You can build a 6 easily figure business. You can build a 7-figure business if you truly desire it. Just one-to-one coaching. However, there is other options over here that you might want to play with at some point. So one-to-many can take so many different forms, and it can grow and evolve as you do. So I want to take you through some of the one-to-many options that you might have been thinking about, that you might want to explore as a way to continue building your business. And so this is what I did. I was in that place. I was stretched. I was empty. My diary was fully booked, and I was going, what am I going to do here? And I realized that for me at that time, I needed to create a program. And the very first program I created, because at that time I wasn't a business coach, I was a mindset coach. At that time, I created a program called I think it was called the Inside Out Revolution, or the Inner Revolution, or something like that. The Inside Out Revolution. Oh, You Revolution. That was it. You Revolution. In terms of, let's shift your inner game so that you start getting different results. Now, yes, my life was still a mess, but I figured out a lot of things. I was actually earning the money that I needed to earn, right? So I was like, there had been a shift inside of me that had allowed me to do that. And so that's what I was sharing in the You Revolution. And so I decided that I was going to create this program whereby I would teach something and then I would coach. And I thought, you know what, if I could have 8 to 10 women doing this would be incredible. And I decided it was going to be an 8-week program, and I decided it was going to be £1,000 for the program. And I went to my clients, because at that point I've got clients who were coming close to the end of their coaching, and I said, hey, it's been so incredible supporting you one-to-one, but I've created a new container. And I think it's going to be so powerful, because you're going to get to connect with other women like you. You're going to be able to share your experiences. You're going to be able to grow and evolve by supporting each other. There's going to be training from me. There's going to be coaching from me. And there's going to be this next level community. So you actually get even more than what you've been getting one-to-one. And actually, it's a really incredible cost when you think about all the extra support you're going to get. And so what happened is, straight away like that, 10 women who had been working with me one-to-one switched to my program. That suddenly gave me back about 8 hours a week. Suddenly, my diary had space. And I was like, oh, hallelujah. This is amazing. Suddenly I would look and it was like, oh, I've got a gap, and I've got a gap, and I've got a gap. I've actually got time to start working on my business, not just in my business. I've actually got time to stop during the day, go outside, enjoy a cup of coffee, go for a walk, meet someone. Like, there's space. This is incredible. And I began running this program. And the first time I ran it, it was learning. The women in it absolutely loved it. They built new relationships. They went through evolutions. It ended up being an incredibly powerful program, far better than I imagined when I first was thinking about putting it together. To be honest, I was scared as hell when I first started putting it together. And then at the end of that, when that was coming to an end, I thought, you know what? How about I create a mastermind? These women have gone through all the training. How about a mastermind where together everyone collaborates? And so the program shifted to a higher level mastermind. The investment went up, and most of the women, 8 out of those 10 women, stepped into the mastermind with me. And so then I had the mastermind running. Then I ran a second round of the You Revolution with women who'd been through the one-to-one coaching and now went there. And then I thought, you know what? I don't need as many one-to-one clients. I can put my one-to-one coaching up in price. And I doubled the price of my one-to-one coaching from £500 a month to £1,000 a month. And guess what happened to my income? It shifted from 5K a month to closer to 15K a month, just like that, within probably about 6 weeks. And it wasn't because I really changed, but it was because I opened up to the possibility of working in different ways. And so what I want to get across here is there are so many opportunities when it comes to building your dream business. There are so many different ways that you can work and that your business can evolve. When we look at our journey and we look forwards, we can sometimes think, how can I build a 6-figure business? How will I ever do that? But then suddenly, with a piece of inspiration here, a bit of inspiration here, everything starts to shift. And I share my story of me because I want you to realize that you can do this too. Because I was in that place that I was still struggling. I didn't have like full belief. I didn't have full clarity. I wasn't at that place really embodying everything that I was teaching and preaching. And yet I was still able to do that. And that was such a it was such a quantum leap in my own evolution, in my own business. And it really changed things big time. And at those 15K months, it was really easy to start getting support, getting my first VA, paying for systems, like having more coaching and more support just in my own life. And everything started to shift and change and shift and change and shift and change. So, coaching containers. We've got the one-to-one, and one-to-one can look any way you want it to. It could be coaching sessions once a week. It could be coaching sessions once a month. It could be short-term coaching. It could be long-term coaching. It can be phone call coaching. It can be Zoom coaching. It can be messenger coaching. There are so many different ways that you can build your own one-to-one coaching practice. So that's the first thing. One-to-one can look so many different ways. Then we start looking at one-to-many. And the first one-to-many and this is one that I used too in the early days, it was super easy, was what I call triad coaching. So if you want to be able to expand your container, but you don't want to teach anything, you can just open up to a slightly bigger coaching experience, coaching 2, 3, 4 women or men at a time in one coaching space. So they all come on the call together and you switch around them. You might have a theme for the week. You might not have a theme. You might decide just to, lead with whatever comes up in the session. But again, you're going to be able to leverage your time and you're going to be able to work in a different way. So triads can work beautifully and are a really easy thing that you can offer within your coaching to expand the number of clients you can support and the different ways you can work with clients. Next one up is group coaching. So group coaching, bigger group coaching, it might be 4, it could be 6, it could be 10, it could be 12, it could be 20. I'm not sure about coaching over 20 in a group, because I think if it's true coaching and you're coaching everyone, I think 20 is probably the limit. So group coaching, it's those bigger coaching groups. You might just hot seat some people, or everyone might get a bit. They might do breakout rooms. You might just coach them all together. Again, it can look however you truly desire for it to look. Upon that, we have masterminds. So the idea in a mastermind is that masterminds are higher level, right? So they're the next level up. They're a higher investment. And it's really about not just you sharing, but the other people in the group sharing too. So everyone brings in their own knowledge, their own wisdom. Everyone gets to share. So you might do a bit of teaching, you might do a bit of coaching, but then you're also going to facilitate everyone sharing their own stuff too. So masterminds are kind of that next level of evolution, and they're really powerful spaces to hold. On top of that, you've got your training courses, so the actual teaching. So those of you who like to teach, who want to show, who want to share, who want to be able to take people through specific techniques, or perhaps you've got tools that you want to share. So for example, you could create a training course from your coaching tools. So those of you who have joined me in the Impactful Coach, you're going to learn all of these tools while you're in the program with me. And you could create a training course utilizing these tools. You could use a different tool each week as the door opener, that then the people on that course go away and do the work themselves. Or they could do it with you in a follow-up session, or again, it could look so many different ways. We have events, in-person events, online events, however you want to. Those of you who dream about standing on a stage and delivering like this fabulous training and holding this beautiful space, absolutely possible. But you have online events too, like I'm doing this week, right? You can talk one to many, as big as you desire when it comes to the space that you can hold online. And then we have those high level, beautiful experiences. We have the retreats. How many of you are a bit like, I want to be able to hold retreats and I want to be able to have these beautiful, expansive luxury experiences? So we've got the retreats. And then, of course, we've got things like memberships. Memberships are lots of people, but lower paying. It's like monthly amounts. Lots of you are probably in many memberships already. Now, when I look at my current business model, I have lots of these things in now. So within She Impacts the World, we have one-to-one, we have group coaching, we have masterminds that I run, I have training programs that I run, we run events, we are going to be running retreats, and we have a membership. So we actually have all of these things in now, but we did not put them all in together. Like slowly it evolved, slowly it grew. It was like, this is the one thing that I desire to create. And I would create that and I would sell it and I would run it. And then the next thing would drop through and I'd be like, oh, this feels really aligned. I really want to create this. And so I'd go away and I'd create it and I'd sell it and I'd run it. And I'd love every moment of it. And then the next idea would drop through. And sometimes there's been things that I have loved to run so much. So the academy that I run, powerhouse of a program, love running that program. I run it regularly because I absolutely love it. I love the results that women get when they go through that program. It's a powerful program. And then I have other programs that I might just run once and that's it. But you could perhaps buy them as evergreen programs. So I have programs around money mindset. I have programs about being visible. There are all kinds of different programs in all these different places that I've created over the years. But the important thing is that you don't begin like thinking, oh my God, I need to have all of these things. You begin with the next one thing that truly lights you up, that you feel really excited to create and share. Now, this brings me to probably the most important point I need to make today. I'm just going to open my door a bit more, actually. I haven't opened it enough. It's a sunny day here today. Is it nice for you? Like the sun is streaming and it's beautiful. It's lovely and warm. I feel like I need to strip off. Actually, I've got a fan here. Let me just put my fan on. That's a good idea. Genius. Yes, retreats. How is Mastermind different? I think I answered that a little bit. So, what was I about to say? Oh yes, the most important thing probably for me to share with you throughout the whole of the session today is this. We talked on Tuesday about not having to niche down, not having to put yourself in a box, the fact that you could bring all of yourself to the table as an impactful coach. And I stand behind that 100%. When people invest in you, when people invest in one-to-one coaching, it is you that they desire to work with. It's not just about the niche that you put yourself into. It's all that you stand for. It's all that you embody. It's all that you truly are as a coach. However, when we start looking at creating programs, there is some niching that happens. But let me explain what I really mean by this. You as a person, you will never niche yourself. You as a coach, never need to niche yourself unless you choose to. Those of you who are like, but Claire, I want to niche. This is the one thing that I want to do. This is the one thing that I want to be known for. Like, this is my one area of focus. If you desire that, oh my God, please have that. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a niche. But for those of you who don't want to have a niche, I want you to realize, as we said on Tuesday, you don't need to have a niche. Your coaching doesn't need to have a niche. But when it comes to the programs that you create, the individual programs will probably have a niche. So for example, I have my money program. The niche is money. Money mindset and making money. It's all about the money, honey. So that program in itself is a niched program. It's about money. Then I have the coach program. That is a niched program. I'm going to teach you how to be an impactful coach who can build a thriving coaching business, who can really embody everything that she teaches and she preaches. It's niched down. It's its own specific program. Then I have the Income and Impact Academy, which is about marketing, so that it's a marketing niche. But what's beautiful about this is I can have different niches in different programs. I can have a marketing niche. I can have a money niche. I can have a mindset niche. I can have a coaching niche. I can create all these programs that I feel really called to create and really excited to create. But the individual programs might be quite specific. Does that make sense? So we don't niche ourselves, and we don't need to niche our coaching. That can be expansive, and we get to bring all of ourselves to the table. But as we create our different programs, the individual programs might well have a niche. So people really understand it and understand the journey that they're going to go with you in that particular program. Is that making sense? This means that you're not limited in any way, but it also means that you can market yourself effectively and you can market your programs effectively, because we want to be able to do both, right? We don't want to put ourselves in a box, but we also need to be able to define what we do so that we magnetize people, so that people know this is the program for me, this is the thing for me. And so this is one of the really important concepts when it comes to building your dream coaching business, when it comes to you picking the perfect model for yourself, one-to-one, one-to-many. And when you start thinking about offering different types of programs, thinking, oh, I niche the individual program, but there is no limit to the different niches that I can do. So one day you might be really excited to create a program about relationships, and you can niche yourself down and do that. And then another day, you might want to create a program around like becoming the business CEO, and you can do that because they're niched in themselves. So it means that you get to create all the things that you desire. And that as you're building this business, you don't have to be limited in any way. So I personally find this really exciting, because I'm the kind of person who I want to feel inspired by what I'm doing. I want to get to create in my business. If today I'm really passionate about money and I'm doing all things money, I want to be able to share that with you. But if a month from now I'm really super focused on strategy, I want to be able to share that with you. When I created my Money in Abundance program, there's two of them. When I created the first one of those, I just hit my first 6 figures. I hit 6 figures within a year. And I knew it was the right time to do a money program, because I'd gone through my own huge growth and evolution in order to hit 6 figures, to hit that £100,000 point in my business. And I was like, yes, now is the time to do a program about making money. And then when I created my second program about making money, we'd gone through the £1 million mark within the business. And I was like, now is the time to do another program about money, because we've hit £1 million within the business. So I often create programs for the thing that I'm really excited about. One of the things that constantly excites me, one of the things that is an ever-evolving thread in my own life, is embodiment. Because when I look back on my own journey, embodiment is key. It's every time I've stepped into something in a bigger way that I've truly embodied it, that magic has happened. That's one of the reasons why in the coach program, like the Impactful Coach, is about embodiment. Because if you embody it, you can teach it, you can preach it, you can coach it, you're going to transform your life and everyone's life that you work with. So that's one of the reasons. And especially now that I'm like re-releasing the Impactful Coach, because I've again been on that journey of growth of evolution. Like I've stepped into embodying things again at a higher level, and I've seen my clients do that again at a higher level. And so I knew now is the time to release this program. Now is the time to take women who want to walk with me on this journey, because now is the time that it's literally bubbling in my body, that it's whizzing through my fingers, that the magic is like in this space. And when I feel that magic, I want to share that magic with you. So this allows us to build business from a place of inspiration, businesses from a place of flow. And we give ourselves permission to grow and evolve. And it is from this place. We don't need to do beta programs and other things, because the energy is so beautiful and so fresh within you. You can go big straight from the get-go. straight from the get-go, because you are probably at your most aligned ever to be delivering that program. And so we go in like full embodiment. So this is what I want you to start feeling into today. What do you desire your business to look like? Do you want to go the one-to-one model and just work high level one-to-one with a handful of clients? Is that what lights you up? Is that what feels amazing? Or do you like to have other opportunities and other things that you create? Do you love the idea of running a retreat once a year? Do you love the idea of running a group coaching program that you can put maybe some of your one-to-one clients into to create more space for yourself? Do you love the idea of having a high-end mastermind that's just beautiful? I've actually been working on a brand new mastermind behind the scenes. I'm not going to share all the information with you now, but I'm going to be sharing that in October. And it's going to be so expansive. There's going to be in-person meetups for 2 days. So it's going to have a retreat element to it, as well as a one-to-one element, as well as a group element. So again, it's like, this is the thing that I'm excited to create. What are you excited to create? What are you excited to share with the world? What is just the thing that's bursting and bubbling within you? And it's from this place that we build our dream business. So yes, you can sit down with pen and paper and work out the numbers. Oh, if I sell that many places on that program at that price, that equals blah, 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 blah. But actually, the truth is, in my own business, that's not how I rock and roll. And in fact, I've worked with bookkeepers and people who've been like, Claire, what's the plan for the next 3 months? I'm like, I don't know yet. I'll wait. And when the inspiration hits me, then I'll tell you what I'm doing next. And they're like, what's the income projection? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it will happen as it happens. But what I do know is that my business continuously grows and evolves. So the income will be growing. I just don't know where, how, what yet, because I'll follow the inspiration as we go. And that is such a more expansive way of working. And it lights you up so much more, and it feels in way more flow. And it means that you don't need to limit yourself. It means you don't need to plan out your year and be like, in January, this is the thing that I've got to do. And then you get to January and you don't feel it. If you don't feel it, you shouldn't be doing it. So this is what I want you to play with today. I want you to brainstorm on it. I want you to play with it. Yes, I know that the thing that's going to come up as you do this is, but what should the pricing be? I want to do a mastermind, but how should I price it? I want to do a group coaching program, but how should I price it? I want to do one-to-one, but how should I price it? I'm not going to dive into pricing with you now. We might, in the masterclass, I'll see if there's time for us to cover pricing a little bit. It's actually a big area. Pricing sounds like it's such a simple little thing, but there is so much actually to dive into when it comes to fully aligned pricing and the selling conversation and the alignment and all of those things. The piece that I want to finish with today is the conversation around feeling like the imposter. Feeling like the imposter. Because this is one of the things that can come up when you start creating programs. This again is one of the things that I learned the hard way in my own coaching business. So there was a point when I started thinking, you know what, I would like to start coaching women in business. I started feeling into that, and actually clients started coming to me and saying to me, Claire, like, your business is growing. How are you doing this? And I wanted to create a program teaching women how to build a business. But I couldn't give myself permission to. Because in my head, for some reason, I decided that unless I had a 6-figure business, this is going back a while now, but unless I had a 6-figure business, I couldn't teach other women how to build their business. Now, is it true that if I didn't have a 6-figure business, I probably shouldn't be teaching other women how to build a 6-figure business? Yes, that's true. But had I got things that I'd achieved in my own business that I could teach? So for example, could I have taught a program on how to start your own Facebook group with a bang? Yes, because I'd done that within my business. Could I create a program on how to price your offers when you begin building your business? Yes, because I'd done that. Could I create a program about breaking through your own glass ceiling so you could triple your income? Yes, I could do that. But for some reason, what I couldn't see was the things that I'd already achieved within my business. For some reason, it was like, oh, but I have to be there before I can really do this. I have to be there before I can really do this. And really, it was that imposter that was coming into play. So what I want you to recognize is, if you know you have a bit of a relationship with that imposter syndrome, if you know it can creep in and it can whisper things in your ear like, who are you to do this? And you can never charge that much. You're not ready. You don't embody this, or whatever it might be. This does not need to stop you on your journey. Every single one of you will have already learned things, will have already created beautiful achievements, will have already been on a journey of embodiment, will already have so much to share that you can put that into a program if you desire to. It doesn't need to be the 6-figure business. What are the other things that you've built? What are the other smaller things that people who are just one step behind you are desperate to know, and who will jump on that program in a second? So as you're thinking about the way that you want to build your dream business, as you think about the different elements you want to drop in at different times that just feel expansive and exciting to you, as you think about where those price levels might be at that feel really abundant, that feel really rich, so that you can really receive and enjoy that receiving, but it doesn't feel too much. As you feel into that, I want you just to be aware of that little imposter. And if it creeps in and if it starts whispering things in your ear, I want you to stop and recognize the things that you have achieved on your journey so far, and remind yourself that all of these things, there'll be people out there who want to be able to name, claim, nail this for themselves. And this is why they will want to work with you. So don't underestimate, don't undervalue the things that you've already achieved. Don't think, oh yeah, but I just need to be a bit further before I do that, or a bit further, because that's not true. That's imposter speaking, and we don't need to listen to the imposter. Does that make sense? So today, your homework is going to be to play with this. Start thinking about what your dream business look like. What are the key elements? What kind of pricing feels super aligned? As your business grows and evolves, what are some of the things that you really want to create because they light you up and they make you feel excited? We're actually finishing on time today, which is incredible. It's like, what? But I would love to just hear from you. What are some of your key takeaways? As we've gone through this week, both today's training and the other trainings that we've covered, what are some of your key takeaways that you're really like, okay, I can take this, I can put this in place, and I can move forwards with it, Claire? And do you now feel that next level of excitement? Do you feel that inspiration coming in? Can you start to believe in yourself that little bit more so that you can step into this fully? The world needs more impactful coaches. Yes, the coaching industry is thriving. Yes, it's the second fastest growing industry in the world, but not all coaches are equal. We do not want more broke coaches. We want coaches who are truly embodying everything that they teach and preach, that are setting themselves free, that are building the dream lives, and that are really creating a beautiful impact in the world, one person at a time. So we have got the masterclass on Tuesday, and as I said, it's going to pull all of this together in a way that makes so much sense and is going to really help you move forwards. I hope you've really enjoyed our time together this week. I have absolutely loved it. And if you're ready to take that next step, I am 100% ready to support you. I'm ready to help you create that dream business. I'm ready to help you really step into becoming the impactful coach, building the confidence, building the clarity, having the practice, creating the one-to-one offers, creating the one-to-many offers, bringing in the clients, being able to hold really expansive, powerful space for them, being able to truly transform your life, and seeing that happen this year. Why not make this the year that your life evolves beyond your wildest dreams? Why not make this the year that you say yes, a full body, hell yes, to stepping into everything that you desire, because the opportunity is here right now. Now is the time. We all know the story about when's the best time to plant the seed. Well, it was 10 years ago, but if not, do it today. Do it today and say yes to really, truly stepping into everything that is possible for you, to truly unleashing your potential in this space. And I think, you know, every single one of you are here. You're going to be walking this pathway. You're going to do this, right? You absolutely are. The question is how long will it take you to do this? And how many mistakes might you make on that journey? I made all the mistakes and you don't need to. We can fast track this journey. We can get you the most incredible results. We can take this journey in flow and with fun and with joy, rather than it being a fall down, get up, fall down, get up, fall down, get up. So you get to decide as you walk this pathway, because I believe that each and every one of you are already committed to walking this pathway. How do you desire to walk it? Do you want a guide? Do you want someone who's got you? Do you want someone who can literally take you on the pathways where you have the most beautiful views, the most incredible experience, and you get the results that you desire, so that you truly do get to step into all of this now? What are you waiting for? Choose to believe in you and let the magic unfold. The doors are open. Come and join me. You've seen the link to the page. It's in here. It's in the group. It's on the emails. I'll be sharing today's task with you later on. I'm actually going to go and create it now because I hadn't created it. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to share with you today. So I'm going to go do that now, and then I'll be sharing it with you. The extra bonus of the in-person day disappears tonight. So if you want that bonus, book in a call with me or jump into the program now. If you've got any questions, message me. Have a beautiful weekend. You absolutely deserve to sit back, rest, relax, let all of this kind of settle inside of you. I will see you Tuesday for our masterclass. Sending so much love. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah. Loads of love to you all, and I will see you on Tuesday. Mwah. See you then. Bye.